When you're done, click here. Okay. Say hi. This is Cassidy. This is my website. This is my website, Fur, Feathers, and Coats, and it's about animals that change color for some reason. So, why animals would change color? Animals that change color in the winter change white or whatever color is because of the texture of their skin and the coldness of the air. Usually, you would see types of animals in the winter and when the ground turns white or a light snow color. There are some animals that change color and have to adapt to being that in that cold weather. So, like for example, when they're babies, like an Arctic fox changes in the winter and then changes back in the summer because of the texture of their skin and the air. But when you're a baby Arctic fox, you have to adapt to the different color of fur because you have to hide in different places than you're used to because they change to white and they're usually brown, so they have to figure out. They usually hide in the snow, I think, and they have to hunt for different things because other things can see them and some things can't. Animals can also change color by an acid in their food called trizine, yeah, or the animal that they ate, or something in their food, or like a hamster or something, or the animal that they ate, because they could have ate it before they ate it. It causes their fur to change to a reddish color. This can hurt or affect the animal because they could stick out of the wild. They could stick out in the wild, or could get eaten or put in danger because of their color. Like they could be easy to spot out. For example, black cats usually change color because of their food or because something they ate. I think it would affect a black cat in a good way because when it's dark out, they usually roam around the neighborhood and cars could hit them because they can't see anything. But if they turned a little bit red, cars would probably see them better and not run over them. So that would help them a lot to not get endangered. This is my other part of my website. It's dogs. It's about dogs. So I said dogs can change color from old age, like people, and not eating enough or something was playing around with their diet. This would affect them because maybe if their owner took them on a walk, they would not recognize them. Like if they looked away and they just kind of like changed a different color, they wouldn't recognize them and they would say, "That's not my dog." And maybe they just leave it there because they thought it was something else. And then they'd be homeless and stranded everywhere because nobody would take care of them. So here are my pictures. So this is a dog before it really changed color. And this is a dog when it plays around with a diet and when it gets old. So you can see 8 weeks old and it's that. And then I think they might have changed its diet, so it changed a little brownie color. And then 7 years old, she has gray hair. So she changed a lot. Parrots. So my next thing is parrots. Parrots get the color of their feathers from eating plants and flowers. This affects the parrots in a positive way because they are so used to having colors and would probably never want to be plain because they have had their colors since they were able to eat, basically, and would not want to give them up now because it would change so much in them that they wouldn't really know what to do.
This is my concussion website. It's about concussions.
And so this is my parrot before he eats. No, this is my parrot before, like regular parrot. This is my parrot after. So this parrot, I think it might be a baby. So it's still changing color because you can see it's kind of like gray. So I think it's still changing color. But if it's not, then they do change color.
So this is for science.
This is my other one called It's Horses. Their fur changes with the season and age most of the time. They can also change color from getting sick. This can affect horses in a good way and some bad ways. Like the owner would always know when the horse was sick and needed help because they would change a different color. Also, when fall comes, that is when they change most because of the cold air and the leaves changing color. So I think it might affect them in the same ways, kind of. So yeah. It would affect the horse and whomever is taking care of it by not noticing which horse it is. So if they have like a big group of horses and one horse has changed a color, so they would think that that's not their horse. Like if they lived on a farm and there were other farms close by with horses, they'd think it came from that farm. So so yeah, that's yeah. So this is a horse before it changes color, and this is a horse changing color. So I think it might be the season. Yeah, I think it might be changing that color because of winter. So this is like it in the fall. So it starts off like that in the fall, and then it changes to this darker color with spots during the winter. My next one's possums. Possums change color because of the thickness of the air. This could affect them in good ways and bad ways. One good way is that they can camouflage things in better so they would not be seen by their predator. So that I think that's a very good reason because at night they hunt usually. And a bad way is in the summer they would be too hot because they have so much hair and they wouldn't be able to run fast like away from cars that are going to run them over. And so yeah, and other animals can eat them because they have a lot of predators, I think. There are many ways this thing could affect them because it is one of the most important. When they run in front of your garage or something, you would be able to see them and not run over them. So I think there's people are killing possums by the minute, like on the highways or something. They can't really see them in the morning, so they run over them. So yeah, and that's sometimes when you go down the highway and you smell it and it smells like skunk, but you don't think it's skunk. That's a possum because they have they have bad smells too. So this is a possum with its family before they get a different color. This is a possum after. Somebody's holding it because I think they might have rescued it. So yeah. So this one is a piglet squid, which is right here. It's also right here on my homepage. The piglet squid changes color from the temperature of the water. They also occasionally change at night from time to time. They usually change more of the temperature of the water. So in this picture, they got a lucky shot and it's clear right then. But usually they're a different like milky color, I think, and you could kind of see their intestines more. But at night, or the temperature of water, I mean, they could change. This could affect them in good ways and bad ways. For example, if it were dark and the squid could not see where it was going and swim right into a shark territory and get eaten by a shark. So, yeah, because like they're clear and usually they have a little glow to them when they don't change clear. So, yeah. It can also affect them in a good way because they would be able to see close to themselves. So when they change, like when they glow at night, because that's what they do, they glow at night sometimes. So I think that might be on every full moon they glow. So they would see everything around them because they're so bright when that happens to them. My next one is pufferfish. Pufferfish change to a very dark gray color when they don't eat. This would benefit them. Because the owner would know if they needed to feed more. They needed to know if it feeded more or less. This can also disadvantage them because their owner could think they are going to die and put it out of its misery by flushing. So I have the website where I found most of my information right here. But you guys can go there because it's a very long website, and yeah. So, they turn darkish gray color. I forgot to say that. So this is a pufferfish before it changed color. This is a pufferfish after it changed color. See, like they have its dark gray color on the top of there, and then it's getting spots. That's not good. So my next, these are there's a lot of fish in this one. So I'm doing angelfish next. Angelfish change color when they are stressed out or upset. So I think this should happen to humans actually, because then you know if they are like upset, like if they're stressed out and upset. So this could affect them in good ways. One of the good ways is their owner would know maybe they want to take them away from the other fishes because sometimes when you're stressed, you really want to you don't feel very good about yourself, so you kind of want to I don't want to say kill. I just want to say like go after things. There are other good ways if the ocean in the ocean, the other fish would know not to swim around that fish or to leave it alone because something no they know that's up. My next one is goldfish, and this is the last fish I have. Oh no, yeah. Well, seahorses are not fish really. So goldfish. Goldfish change color from the food that people feed them. So I used to have a goldfish, and we fed him. Um, we fed him. I think it might have been. I don't remember what it's called though. Oh yeah, cichlid food, and it never changed color actually, and they lasted for a long time. So, if you have a goldfish, I would recommend feeding them cichlid food, not goldfish food, because they usually change color from goldfish food. So, but I would be careful on what cichlid food you give them. Um, this could affect them in a good way and a bad way. For example, when an owner feeds them not enough, they would know and feed them more. But sometimes you can't really change their color; they don't change for a little while. There's also a bad way. If they're swimming around in the tank or with other fish, the other fish can eat them because they change color and they look like a different fish. And maybe so like right here, doesn't this fish look like it's dead? So the other fish would eat it. So it's really weird. And then this is the fish before it changes color. This is the fish after, like I just told you. Okay, my next one is seahorses. Seahorses usually change color when they mate and to match the surroundings. This affects them in good and bad. This affects them in good and bad ways. For example, when they change to their other surroundings, like lizards do. I don't know what they're exactly called, but they usually do. And so, for example, when they change their surroundings, the other animals cannot see them, which can affect them in a good way and a bad way. Because some shark could be swimming through plants and not see them and just like swallow them up and eat them. So I would not recommend. I would recommend looking where you swim because seahorses really change color. Like right here, they change really good. Like it kind of matches the surrounding already. So, but they change. They change. It takes a little while for them to change. So like, if you have a white wall in your house, it would take them at least one day to match that white. Okay. This could affect them in a bad way by getting stuck on one another when and every animal seeing. Oh, yeah. This could affect them in a bad way by getting stuck on one another and every animal seeing you. When they mate, they change to a pink color and kind of like, which is kind of like a heart color. So what I mean by this could the sentence, which is this could also affect them in a bad way by getting stuck on one another. I mean, like a fish can swim through. No, maybe another seahorse can swim through, and they can get stuck to each other because it's weird. So I have pictures right here. This is when they mate. So they do change like a pinkish color. What they usually look like is this yellow fish right here. When they change their surrounding, is this pinkish fish because it's kind of changing to the orangish background. And I have my last one right here, which is dolphins. I don't know if you could tell, but I did lots of ocean animals because those are the ones that usually change the most. And I figured that out while I was doing this project. Dolphins change color they change to the color pink when they get excited or happy. Also, they get born. So there's pink bottlenose river dolphins, and they just are born pink and not like this. So usually bottlenose dolphins kind of change pink, but it takes them a little while to change pink, like seahorses. This could affect them in a good way and a couple bad ways. For example, one good way is they would change the ability of them being the lead of their pod. So what I mean by that is maybe they want an excited, happy dolphin. I don't know, in front of their pod, like the leader of their pod. The bad ways are they have an increase of them getting experimented on and hunted. But what I mean by that is usually scientists, or not scientists, sometimes hunters usually give these dolphins to, they at least, yeah, they capture the dolphin and then give it to a person that would experiment on. So they would hurt the dolphin basically and kind of get it instinct. So that was my website. I hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching.